learning Te Reo Māori as a second language learner, I am the biggest advocate for books. Look, I got an entire bookshelf, just one of many bookshelves across my house of books. So I'm going to share with you my favourite reo resource in puka puka form, and it is this series here. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 books. And they start off with Te Rangatahi series, Te Rangatahi series, Elementary 1, Elementary 2, Elementary 3, Advanced 1, Advanced 2, so that's first 5, and then this one is called Te Reo Rangatira. I believe it is like the next part of this. I'm guessing that the name Te Rangatahi and Te Reo Rangatira may be an extension from here into here, but this series of books is amazing, and I'll give you a quick insight into what these books look like, because they have a consistent theme throughout the chapters, and that is typically, let me find a good chapter. This is chapter 4, Te Kura, and there's a story here, and the story is at the level of the book and the level that you would be at in being able to read this book and follow along with the instructions. So there's a story at the start of each chapter, and then the story leads into these little language lessons, really simple stuff. This means this, this means this, this means this. So it gives you the Te Reo Māori version and then what that means in English. Then there's some more visual examples. There's some more written examples between the two languages, more and more. And these are all related back to the story that you read at the start of the chapter. Even more examples, and they're all super simple. More image-based picture examples that you've got to align what you're thinking needs to be filled in with the image that you see. It's a great prompt for learning. More examples, gets a little bit harder, a little bit more complicated. And there's just more and more and more. And here's some of these. These are like translation examples. So you've got to translate these. There's no answer there. That you get to just follow along and see what it is. Yeah, it's great. And then we're up to chapter 5. Te pāmu āhata. Ko te pāmu tēnei āhata, he pāmu rahi, te pāmu āhata, he nui ngā kararehe. And you can just read through the whole thing here. On this side, it actually goes into dialogue, different people having conversations, and it progressively gets more and more complicated as you go all the way through to the advanced series. But again, get to a chapter here. The chapter is story-based at the start, and then the lessons through here align with the story as you're reading through. So it all links back to one another, and you'll find as you read through these, you'll find that they actually layer on top of one another in terms of the things that you learn in here, you'll find in here, and then you'll no doubt find in here as well. So it's not like you're jumping around all over the shop trying to learn all these disparate things. There's logic in what you're learning, and for me, I'm a huge advocate of books. I think I'm a book learner. I'm very good at picking up things that are written down. I'm like a textbook sort of person. I can read textbooks and understand things really well, and I'm actually quite good at translating that with a pen and paper into really simple ways of understanding things. So, you can give me this is all broken up and nicely, neatly formatted. You could write this in an essay format and I would be able to understand it and write all that stuff for you. I think that's just the way that guy up there just programmed me to be the way I think, the way I comprehend things. So for me, books, and I know there's a lot of people out there like that. They're really good for me, and I think they're really good for a lot of people. They're better than learning online. Online is fraught with danger in terms of distractions, right? Many years ago, I used to run some Braille courses, and I'd run them in these Facebook groups, and some feedback that I got from people was that it's a little bit tricky being on Facebook, being in groups, because you're on Facebook to learn as part of the course, but then you get a notification about your friend, your cousin, your uncle, your auntie, you get an ad for something, so it can be very, very distracting. So that's one of the challenges of trying to learn online. I still advocate for that because it is, for the majority of people, it is the most seamless way to learn. It's the most frictionless way to learn. But I actually think learning via books is probably the most comprehensive way to learn. In my courses, I actually recommend these books. I recommend a whole bunch of other books that are up there as well. But yeah, books are just distraction free. You can sit down with a book. You can sit down with a pen. You can sit down with some paper. Checking whose notes these are. The first one is Eminakana, so I'm guessing someone here is learning that song. You can sit down with a book, pen, paper, and you can just focus on that without distractions. You can put your phone to the side, you can turn the TV off, you can send everyone outside, you can sit down and just focus. If you're a parent, it's a little bit harder because maybe the only distraction-free time you've actually got is like now, where everyone's gone to bed, and I've snuck out the back here with my camera, with my ring light, with my microphone to actually make some content. That can be a tricky part. That can be a tricky thing to navigate in terms of time, but books, man, books, they're so crucial. That whole top row there, which way am I going? This way. That whole top row there is all just culture-related, language-related books. All sorts of stuff, I've got all these business and education and superannuation and all these other books. I've got kids' books, I've got lots of bookshelves. I actually grew up with a lot of books. I grew up with a lot of bookshelves in my home, and I've really taken that into adulthood as well, in being able to have lots of books. I buy books all the time. I go to the second-hand shop every couple of weeks and just find old books, bring them home, buy them for $1, $2, $3, bring them home. I found some really cool books on multicultural and New Zealand history. I'll show you those another time, but there's some treasures there. But that just goes back to books. Books. They're so great to learn. This is my recommendation. In terms of where you can find this series, if you just type in Te Rangatahi, you will be able to find these in lots of places online. I believe Wheeler Books, I think it's called Wheeler Books, or some other bookshop like that. I believe they're in Rotorua, maybe. I think that's where I got some of these from. That's the one I found to be the most affordable, the simplest one to buy from. So, but you can find them anywhere online, and they're just a fantastic resource if you are learning for the first time, if you're struggling, if you're not sure where to go. These are awesome, right? Chapter 1, you just start at chapter 1, right? Don't think about anything else. Just start at chapter 1. You will learn so much by just following this word for word. You will learn so much. That's one of the problems in trying to learn a new language. It looks too big. The goal looks too broad, right? And there's too many resources out there to choose from. So you get completely overwhelmed. You get completely overloaded of what do I do? Where do I go? Where do I start? You just pick one resource, right? Just pick one resource. Start at chapter 1, go through chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, till you get up to the next one, and then go through that as well. You cannot fail. I would be very, very doubtful. I would be very, very worried if you failed through going through this method. So that's my recommendation. Te Rangatahi, the Te Rangatahi series. And don't forget Te Reo Rangatira at the end there. This has lots more advanced Te Reo. I pick these books up nearly every day and read them. You'll see this is my little workspace out here. Spend a lot of time out here, and even when I'm doing things or getting distracted by things I should be doing, these books often get pulled off the shelf, and I pick them up and have a look. So have a look and read through them. So that's my recommendation. Go out and get yourself a copy. Look for them online. You will be able to find them. They will help. I promise you that. Please let me know in the comments down below. How did you go? Did you find them? What did you think of them when you actually got them? Watch this video, go get them, learn from them, come back to this video, let me know. I would love to hear your feedback. Hope that helps. Kia ora.